Hey Fierce families, it's Deja and Miley here with a quick tutorial on the 2018-2019 season makeup. We hope you enjoy! We're going to get started by taking my MAC 242 flat synthetic fibered brush and dipping it into the Painterly Paint Pot, which is an eyeshadow primer. I'm going to take the product with my 242 brush and apply it directly under her eyebrow to get a nice clean shape. After that, I will then apply the eyeshadow primer all over the lid and blend it as a whole. After applying the Painterly Paint Pot from lid to brow, I'm then going to take a fluffy blending brush and blend it seamlessly so that you can't tell the difference between her skin and the primer. We're then going to take our Brûlée eyeshadow by MAC and apply it from lid to brow to set the Painterly Paint Pot in place and also to highlight under the brows. I'm now going to go in with my Never Say Never MAC eyeshadow and my 224 fluffy blending brush. This eyeshadow is highly pigmented, so a little bit goes a long way. In order to blend the eyeshadow, using my 224 brush, I'm going to use windshield wiper motions as well as circular washer machine motions. This will assist me in blending out the eyeshadow until it's seamless, doesn't have any streaks, and looks perfected. Going in with my MAC 217 brush and the same Never Say Never bright pink eyeshadow from MAC, I'm going to tap the shadow all over her lid. The MAC 217 brush is slightly fluffy but more dense, so I'm not using windshield wiper motions or any circular motions either. I'm simply tapping the shadow and pressing it into her lid, so it's a lot more pigmented and concentrated in this area rather than underneath the brow bone. Next, I'm going to go in with a retractable eyeliner pencil called Graph Black by MAC Cosmetics. The reason we're using pencil this year is because it's super easy to follow the lash line and smudge it out to get a perfected look. This year we will not be doing a winged liner, but simply smoking out the pencil along the lash line. Any flat, dense, and small brush will work in order to smudge the pencil to get the perfected look. You are not required to use this specific eyeliner. Any eyeliner will do as long as the correct techniques are followed. After applying the eyeliner pencil, I'm going to go in with a nice coat of mascara in order to get a bold look out of the lashes and to help them blend with the false lashes we will be applying later. Be sure to add mascara on the bottom lashes as well to balance out the look. We do recommend doing a full face of makeup in order to complete the polished look, so here are a few tips and tricks for how to do that. I am going in with her liquid foundation and concealer after I did her eyes. That way, if any pigment from the eyeshadow fell beneath the eyes lower than I'd like it to be, I can go back in with the liquid makeup and clean it up. As you can see, after I apply the liquid concealer underneath her eyes, it definitely helps to clean up the shape of the shadow. I'm now setting her liquid foundation and concealer with a little bit of translucent powder, that way her makeup stays throughout the day. Filling in your athlete's eyebrows is another step that is recommended but not mandatory. In order to fill her brows, I'm going to start in the center of the brow and build up and out using a brow pencil that is slightly softer than her natural hair color. Once I get to the front of the brow, I'm going to brush the product upwards because normally our hair in the front of our brows grows up. Next, I'm going to go back in with my MAC 217 brush and brush just a little bit of the Never Say Never eyeshadow underneath her lower lash line to balance out the shadow that's on the top lid. In order to avoid the shadow underneath the lower lash line looking too heavy, I'm going to go back in with the same fluffy brush that I used in the Brûlée shadow, as well as to blend out the Painterly Paint Pot, and I'm going to make sure that the shadow under her lower lash line doesn't look too harsh or too carved. It is another step that I want to look seamless and clean. Next, using my Vanilla Eyeshadow by MAC, I'm going to tap it onto a different fluffy brush that's a little bit smaller and more dense, and then tap that into the inner corner of her eye in order to highlight the area. I'm also going to apply a slight bit of the vanilla shadow underneath her brow to highlight as well. I'm now going to go in with Give Me Sun Bronzer by MAC in order to warm up the rims of her skin a little bit. Using the same brush that I used for her bronzer, I'm going to take the flat side and tap it into some blush in order to add warmth and balance to the cheeks. Be sure to blend it into the bronzer as well so that everything looks seamless. Using a nice dense fan brush, I'm going to tap the tops of her cheekbones with a highlighter in order to add dimension and a nice sparkle. The lipstick we will be using is called All Fired Up by MAC Cosmetics. This formulation of lipstick is called a retro matte and is very drying but very long lasting. We do appreciate the long lasting wear of this lipstick, but highly recommend that you moisturize your athlete's lips before applying it. I am using a lip brush to apply this lipstick in order to get the most precise application. When it comes to applying a pair of false lashes, you first want to measure them to the eye to make sure they're not too long and won't poke you or make you feel uncomfortable. After measuring the lashes, you'll want to grab false lash glue and apply it directly to the band of the false lashes. You will notice that the glue is oftentimes white, but it does dry clear. After applying the lash glue directly to the false lash band, you want to give it a second to get a little bit more tacky so that it will stick easier. We have now completed our fierce look for this season. Thanks so much for watching and good luck!